Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory?
Hi friend, don't forget to subscribe, say that you like the video, and also press the bell so that you get notifications every time I make a new video. If you love Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya, or Tucker and Leo stories, you can now get exclusive stories on my Patreon account. Go to the links below the video and you can join Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya Club or the Tucker and Leo Club and get exclusive stories with your names in them. I love you all so much. Enjoy the story. Bye, friend.
Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you're comfortable and still and quiet in your bed. Try and let your body relax. Maybe close your eyes if it feels right while you listen to the story. Take a nice big deep breath with me, breathing in all the way down to your tummy, and then breathing out, letting your body relax even deeper. The few moments that it took for the coin that Cherry flipped to find out who was going to win the dance competition. Was it Poe, the poet, the cat that had knocked on the door, telling everyone about the fundraiser at the library that weekend? Was he going to win the dance competition? Or was it Mr. Kitty, with all of his cool moves? They both did that well that they couldn't decide who had won. That's why Cherry threw the coin. It landed on the ground. It was heads. That means Mr. Kitty won the dance competition. Yes, yes, he started jumping around all over the place, so pleased with himself. Mr. Kitty looked at Poe and smirked, all arrogant and happy with himself. I won, he said. Poe did something very unusual. He wasn't upset with losing the competition. In fact, he was very graceful about it. He bowed like a gentleman would, as if to say, well done, sir. Poe didn't say anything. He just stared around the room and smiled. And then he said, well, bravo, well done. I hope to see you all this weekend at the fundraiser. Hopefully you'll all be there. And now I must say goodbye for now. Yes, goodbye, everyone. It was an enjoyable occasion. Poe started to make his way to the door. Tucker said, well done, Mr. Kitty, well done. Heidi said, well, it wasn't really about who was the best. It was about who was lucky, really, with the coin and everything. Feeling a little bit sorry for Poe, even though Poe handled it so good. He wasn't a sore loser at all, which, to Heidi, made him even more attractive. He was very mature about the whole thing, and Heidi liked that in people. If Poe was a sore loser, and he started to pout or get angry about not being the winner, that would definitely have not been good for Heidi. But he didn't. He handled it very gracefully, and she liked him even more for it. She caught up to him and walked him to the door. She told him that they would definitely be there at the fundraiser, and she looked forward to seeing him. Mr. Kitty said, "Well, I must admit, he was a good dancer," feeling a little bit embarrassed about how much he boasted and bragged when he jumped all over the place as if he'd just won the Olympics or something. Everybody settled down. Heidi went upstairs, and Cherry gave Tucker and Leo big hugs and said that they would see them at the fundraiser. Leo said, "I hope this fundraiser's not busy. I really don't want to go if it's busy. That sounds like far too many people and animals and things and just hustle and bustle and crowds and everything that makes me feel really, really anxious." Tucker said, "Oh, Leo, you'll be fine, don't worry. I'll be right there with you, and we'll have so much fun, and it's for a good cause, Leo. It's to keep the library open. Way too many people are reading their books online now. Did you know, Leo, that you can have audio books? You can listen to books while you go to the park. You can listen to books while we go on our dog walks. You can listen to books in the car. You can listen to books on an aeroplane." Leo said, "I get the message, Tucker. You can listen to books anywhere." "Yes, exactly. I mean, how cool is that?" Tucker and Leo went to lay on their dog bed. Tucker was fine. Leo was anxious already. It was 2 days before the fundraiser was going to take place. He had 2 days to build himself up and work himself up into a horrible mess if he let himself, worrying about every little thing that could possibly happen, everything he could be allergic to, every single person that might touch him that he doesn't want to be touched by, every single dog that Tucker wants to chew up and spit out if he meets. Oh, the whole thing was just really stressful for Leo, but he had to take some deep breaths and tell himself he wasn't going to be worried about something that had not even happened yet, because that's what Leo tended to do. He worried before things even happened. He worried about being sick before he got sick, or if he even would be sick. He worried about situations that might happen that never happened when it actually came around, but he'd spent so much time, so many hours, worrying. Even though, time after time, he said to himself he wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to waste his energy, make himself feel bad, worrying about things that hadn't even happened. But he couldn't help himself. The only thing that did help him is to take some deep breaths and tell himself not to worry, to tell himself that he would be able to handle all situations, to tell himself that there was no point in worrying about something that hadn't even happened yet. And he would just repeat these statements in his mind all the time, giving himself therapy, in a way, trying to help him to change the way that his mind worked and his thoughts worked, his normal behavior, the way that he thought. He had to change it to stop worrying. The day of the fundraiser came around, and Tucker and Leo met Heidi, Cherry and Vaya with Mr. Kitty at the library. It was a big, massive, grand affair. There was lots and lots of tables outside of the library with books for sale. There was a table where you could donate books, and lots of people were leaving their old books that they knew they wouldn't read again on that table, and the table was full, which was very exciting. There was a stage area with an open mic. The open mic meant that you could get up there and sing or tell stories or perform any kind of talent that you had. There was a big, massive crowd in that part of the get-together. There was a dog on stage and he was howling, along with bluegrass music. It sounded really good. He sounded a little bit like Elvis. It was impressive. Cherry said, "OMG! Oh, I wish I'd have known. I would have been practicing a song. Oh, I didn't know that you could sing." just in that moment, Poe spotted them and came over and welcomed everybody to the event. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So nice to see you all here. So glad that you came. He walked over to Heidi and said, "Oh, you do look nice today. Different glasses, I notice. Very nice glasses." Heidi blushed. She had a bright orange dress on, which was a bit unusual for Heidi. And she was wearing bright orange rimmed glasses. She looked wonderful. Vaya was excited. "I knew they'd do something like this," she said about the stage and the open mic. "I brought my tap shoes, just in case." "Oh," said Poe. "Wonderful. I would love to see you tap. I bet that's very, very adorable." Vaya blushed. Mr. Kitty stepped forward. "I would like to tap with you," he said. I could probably do that." Vaya said, "Oh, that would be great. Yes, of course." Cherry said, "I'm going to sing. I'm such a good singer, Poe. You wait till I sing my songs on that stage. You just wait." Tucker said, I can sing. Can't tell you. I can sing songs, really nice songs. Tucker sounded as if he was being strangled. Poe said, "Are you okay, old chap?" Tucker said, "What do you mean? Am I okay? That was my bestest note. That note right there puts angels to sleep." Cherry started laughing. Tucker. Oh, I do love you, Tucker, but you're so funny. And you're dreaming, mate. You're dreaming. That note was absolutely... Heidi elbowed Cherry. "Don't." "That note was really, really good, Tucker." She changed what she was going to say. She was going to say it was absolutely terrible. "It was so good, Tucker, you're right. You know what, Tuck? Me and you, maybe we could do like a duet. You know, like Vaya's going to dance with Mr. Kitty. Me and you, you know what we could sing? Oh, I've been listening to this song right lately. It's so nice. Come over here. Come here. Let me teach you all the words. In fact, I think I have a video of it. I'll pull it up on my phone and we can watch it on YouTube. And yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice. You're going to love it." Tucker walked over to Cherry. She started to play the song that she wanted to sing with him. You could see him shaking his head from side to side as if he was already getting into the song, excited about it. "I like it," said Tucker. "It's very nice, Cherry. I think that if this is a talent show, then we would win for sure." Poe said, "Oh, are you guys talking about actually doing something on the stage?" "Oh, well, so funny you should say that because I wrote a poem. The poem is from my very own internal creative expression. And yes, I thought that would be, just ideal to raise money for today because there were so many people here. And once they hear my poem, then, yes, they're bound to dip into their pockets, so to say." Heidi said, "You wrote a poem? What's it about?" "The sky," said Poe. "Oh, I love the sky." Heidi, I think, would love anything at this point. Heidi said, "Well, maybe, if I have time, I could maybe write a poem too, and maybe I could go on stage and read my poem." Poe said, "Oh, that would be wonderful." Tucker and Cherry went first. Cherry started singing. "Islands in the stream, that is what we are." Tucker was in the background, doing the background singing while she was singing. Cherry was like, "No one in between. How can we go wrong? Sail away with me." She was moving her little paws in front of herself as if she was sailing on the ocean. "To another world." And then she passed the mic to Tucker. "When we rely on each other, ha ha ha." Tucker said it was very funny to watch them. Very funny. "No, from one lover to another, ha ha." I'm sorry. I'm just laughing remembering them. Yes, anyway, so they did awesome, both of them. And the whole crowd cheered a lot and clapped a lot. Cherry, before she handed over the mic to Poe to talk about his poem, mentioned that everyone should donate because they were so good. Cherry shouted, "You'll find the collection boxes over there, and over there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Cherry. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Insta. And you can find me on YouTube sometimes, yeah? So, yeah. Poe snatched the mic off Cherry. "I ain't even finished," she said to Tucker on the way off the stage. Poe said, Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. Thank you so much for all of the money that you've already given. Yes. And, well, to just give you a little gift about your gifts, then here we go. Here is a poem I wrote just this morning about the sky. Oh, sky, sky, how blue you are." And then he bowed, as if that was the poem. That was the end of the poem. Heidi started to scratch her head a little bit. She was expecting something miraculous. You know, this is Poe, the poet. That's it. That's all that's the poem. Tucker said, "Oh my golly, that was really good." Cherry said, "Tucker, what are you talking about? He said the sky was blue and that's it. That's not that great." "Oh," said Tucker. "Oh, I didn't realize. I thought that was good." Leo, in the meantime, was just again watching all of this happen. But this time Leo was laughing because he thought it was really funny. The poem from Poe the poet was not that impressive. Heidi followed Poe. She opened a piece of paper. She'd been making notes while Cherry and Tucker were singing. "When the light shines down, it shines into your eyes like pools, deep and dark. I dive in head first. I don't think. I just move, hoping, praying that this pool I dive into is endless. The world around me disappears. All I see, all I feel is the nothingness of the big, deep hole that goes on and on as I stare into the soul I see in your eyes." Cherry starts clapping. Tucker is running in circles chasing his tail. "Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow, now that was a poem!" Poe looks a little bit uncomfortable, as if he felt the whole thing was about him, but he wasn't sure. The audience went berserk, clapping. "Whoa! She's a natural poet. People were shouting things, all good things. Heidi didn't quite know what to do with herself. She shoved her glasses up her nose a little bit higher, and then bowed her head a little bit, and then walked off stage, very uncomfortable. People were patting her on the shoulder and telling her how awesome. One person came up to her and said that they got goosebumps. It was so nice. Vaya said, "Oh, wow. I always knew you were so talented, Heidi, but that was just so beautiful." Somebody on stage said that, "Can Vaya come forward? It was time for the tap dancing." Vaya excused herself and went to the stage. Mr. Kitty followed along. Both of them already had their tap shoes on. They started to do a tap to some jazz music. They did really good together, gliding across the stage and then tap, tap, tapping, doing all these different moves. Vaya was shocked how good Mr. Kitty was. Mr. Kitty was shocked how good Vaya was, as if both of them were just discovering each other all over again. They kept smiling at each other. At one point they came together and they did these spins that they went under their arms and over their arms and under their arms and over their arms, the whole time tapping. It was a really great performance. And what was brilliant about it was they'd not even practiced. They just danced really good together, as if they were a part of each other, communicating through some kind of energy or inner language. It was brilliant. Again, when they finished, the whole crowd clapped a lot. Cherry kept saying to people that were close by, "There's donation boxes over there, and there's donation boxes over there. Come on, dig deep, get into your pockets, guys. Let's save this library, because this library is like the heart and soul of the community. Everybody needs to be able to read a good book, you know." Tucker said,
"Actually, they don't. They don't, Cherry. They have audio books now."
Cherry said,
"Tucker, shut up. Don't tell everybody that. The whole point of us being here is so that they read real books, not audio books, you wally."
Tucker went,
"Oh, yes. Yes, get your real bookies. Get your paper books. Get them books,"
Tucker shouted. They ended up having a really, really fun day. There was lots of different things that you could eat there too. They had like a hot dog stand. They had a popcorn machine. There was all the things that you would normally get at like gatherings of, you know, the fair or parties, things like that. They made a lot of money at the fundraiser. They found out later, when Poe visited the following week, that they'd raised enough money to keep the library open another year. Everyone was super happy about it. Poe was stood at the door, telling them the news. There was only Tucker and Leo home. Tucker said,
"Oh, I'll make sure that I tell the kitties everything that you shared, Poe. That's such good news, such good news."
Poe said, "So, no Heidi today?"
"No,"
said Tucker.
"They don't live here, you know. This is mine and Leo's house. No, the kitties don't live here. They're just here a lot, though. They are here a lot."
Mr. Kitty was upstairs. He didn't know that Poe was at the front door. Poe passed Tucker a piece of paper with a message on it that just said Heidi on the front, but it was all closed up and sealed.
Tucker said, "What's this then?"
Poe said, "Oh, would it be possible, Chappie, to pass that on to Heidi by any chance?" Tucker sniffed it. His nose was wet, so he smudged the writing that said Heidi on the front.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, of course, Pa. And I'm sure we'll see you around.
Tucker closed the door. Leo said, "What's that then?"
Tucker said, I think it's a lovely letter. You know, one of those where they smooch on every line, where they send kisses in their words. I think it's that. It smells like aftershave.
Tucker looked at Leo all funny, and Leo raised an eyebrow as if to say, "Ah, aftershave, eh?" And then Tucker put the letter on the kitchen table and went and laid with Leo. He'd share the letter the next time they saw the cats. But for now, it was nap time. He laid down on the bed, the big, comfortable dog bed next to Leo, closed his eyes, and fell to sleep. The end.